Hello, Princess, and good afternoon from SeaWorld. We are back for more craft beer festival food, and well, first good news of the day is, I don't know if it's permanent, but at least for today, they have moved the preferred parking over a few rows, which means it is now closer to the new side of the entrance. Hopefully this is a permanent thing. You have to drive a little bit further into the parking lot, but again, closer to the new side of the entrance. So just a quick walk and we will be in, and I already know where I'm going first, so no delays. This is new mobile ordering at SeaWorld. I actually am a little surprised. I hadn't actually expected this. I'm gonna have to try again at Universal because they were taking some of the mobile ordering away, which was an inconvenience actually. And it seems they're also testing a show. I don't think this is Electric Ocean, at least the music that's playing right now in the background seems like show music. It's not the, I guess, the current top 40 that is usually blasting around here. Don't know if this is music for the show, but it's a very interesting thing to see. There's no lights or anything like that, and haven't seen any pyro, and there's no one in the stand, so definitely testing something. And again, I really must compliment the SeaWorld set designers for the incredible authenticity of their Halloween preparation. If I remember correctly, this is a Dragon's Breath bourbon barrel aged stout. I don't think I've had this before, but it sounds like something I would have ordered, but I'm not going to check the videos to see if I have. It's good though, so glad I got it. And this is the pretzel wrapped bratwurst, kind of a mission. So as good as the culinary team has been doing, I think the operations team maybe was caught off guard or something. They are out of the mustard sauce. I don't know when it will be replenished, if it will be replenished. So I just grabbed the beer cheese sauce from indoors. It's okay. Actually, if I'd known, I would have waited, but I already had it, and well, at that point, I'm not gonna take it back. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna eat it, and I'm sure it's gonna be quite delicious without the mustard. The pretzel wrapped bratwurst gets a pass. I'm not going to comment on it because in a dish like that, unfortunately, the mustard is a very important component. So without that, I would not be, I did not experience the full intent of the chef. So I don't think it would be fair to comment on it at all. So we'll see. I will be back certainly next weekend if they are replenished with mustard. Maybe I will give it another try for the mustard, which I do enjoy. Remember, German train stations. Okay. Oh, we do have something very important to talk about today. Maybe you should have mentioned this first. Oh, either way, it's all important. Today, Princess, I want to talk to you about money. And no, this is not going to be some long, droning on financial advice tutorial. We'll get to that eventually. It's about something a little bit more fundamental, about money as a concept, and what it represents. And, you know, the first thing that I want you to understand, and that a lot of people actually don't grasp, even though it's really in front of them almost every day, is money is not what a lot of people think. And the easiest way is this here is not money. No, this whopping $6 that I have, which actually turned out to be the only cash I could find. Yeah, this is not money. This is currency. That's it. It is a physical representation of money, but this itself is not money. You know, each of these notes is worth $1, and that's it. The value of the paper itself is, well, next to nothing. Actually, it does have a value in terms of printing and production and everything like that, but it itself is not really worth anything. It merely represents a value of money. So the thing is, when you hear a lot of people talk about money, they will very often confuse currency with money. And, you know, let's just say when they talk about kind of the almighty dollar, or it's all about the Benjamins and whatever, no. All that does, and when you hear those phrases, what you should take from that is whoever's saying it is demonstrating a very fundamental lack of competency in economics. A complete economic illiteracy, if you will. They're not really able to distinguish currency from money. And that's a big problem because some of these people actually make judgments, make rules, make laws, make decisions based on a fundamental misunderstanding, or I should say lack of ability to understand the difference between currency and money, right? They are very often, or almost always, I guess, fixated on currency, right? The physical manifestation of money over everything else. And, I guess that just means they're not really in a position to make judgments for everybody else. So, first part of today's lesson is there is a huge difference between currency and money. This is the Old Bay steamed giant prawns. All right, yes, Princess, I know you're probably screaming at the screen. Those aren't prawns. I asked about that, and apparently word among the crew is there was a supplier issue with the prawns that they were using for the first weekend at least. I do remember seeing them, and they had to switch to, a larger size shrimp instead. However, that is actually okay with me. The difference between prawns and shrimp is, chefs will argue, I won't. And in this case, the Old Bay seasoning and preparation is what's important. So, welcome to Florida. We just got the lightning warning, and all outdoor attractions are now closed, which is, I actually was going to go ride Mako right now, so it is a bit disappointing. However, the Old Bay boiled, not prawns, actually shrimp, was a solid dish, prepared very well. It's an Old Bay based dish, so there's not a whole lot you can do with it, but I do like me some Old Bay, so I did enjoy that very much. Like I said, it's not something that they can be exceptionally creative with, but it is based around the Old Bay seasoning, and they did execute it very well. So, yeah, definitely worth a try. Okay, I have tried, I think, all of the new items at this point, so I'm gonna look at the list again, see what previous item maybe I skipped from the last beer festival, which was 2 years ago, so maybe I don't remember. Either way, that's fine. Now I don't have Mako to break things up. So, what am I gonna do? I guess I do need to walk a little bit, and I don't know, maybe I'll just get another pass holder discount on something that, we don't need to talk about that. Probably will. Anyway, so if money is not the bills, then what is it? Well, like I said, it is an abstract. It's actually a concept. It's not a real thing. It's a way we use to describe something that is simply not tangible. And yeah, we do divide it up into various units of currency. The dollar here in the US, the pound in the UK. If you're in the EU, it's the shekel. Okay, we can't see my eyebrow. Anyway, but those are merely arbitrary divisions, and they are completely arbitrary. The value of a dollar, the value of a pound is all relative, but they are actually really consistent. The value of money is, it's actually very similar and consistent across the world. Granted, in certain economies, things might have a lower value simply because of various standards, but certainly in the Western world, where I've spent a lot of time traveling, the value of money, regardless of the exchange rate, regardless of the denomination, has been fairly consistent. And so this beer, which might be $10 here, would be the equivalent of $10 in the UK or in Europe or in Asia. It doesn't really change regardless of the currency, the denomination, or how they choose to subdivide it. So you'll often hear about exchange rates, and when we start traveling, you will hear that, the money is worth a different amount, but it's actually not, because what it represents is based on human intuition. It's based on our perception. It's based on what we judge to be the value of certain activities, and those don't change a lot, no matter where you are. The value that we as humans place on things is, like I said, it's very consistent, and that's really what money is. It is a representation of value that is entirely perceptive. It is entirely arbitrary, and it is entirely based on human experience. No matter what the experts say, they have this weird notion that they can change the value of money. they can't. And unfortunately, that perception, because they're stupid, it causes a lot of problems. But, somehow it's worked out well-ish till now. But, the important thing is to remember that money itself is just a concept. It is a concept, it is a perception on how we value certain things. This is a Bell Cow milk chocolate porter. You get it inside Voyagers. And this is the rock shrimp. Oh, one second. Beer battered popcorn rock shrimp. It's supposed to come with one of the Heinz sauces, but I did not get it because I didn't really want to. I will make an exception. I know what I said about the mustard. Yes, I will be consistent in this case, saying I am explicitly rejecting the pre-prepared sauce. So what does money most represent? Well, it represents our work. And this is important. It doesn't represent specifically what you do. It represents your contribution to society. It represents everyone's contribution to society. So, I'm not necessarily remunerated for writing software. I am remunerated for the contribution to society that my software makes. And sometimes it's very, very high value, sometimes not so much. But overall, it is a net positive contribution to society, and, that's how I get paid. And that's how everyone gets paid. Whether you're a barista or a CEO, you are contributing to society in a meaningful way. It's not judged by any particular person. I mean, nobody really has the position, the authority, the standing to unilaterally judge someone else's contribution to society. It's for all of us to do. And we do it every day by spending our money, by consuming products, by purchasing things, by patronizing businesses that we want to do, that we want to, patronize, the things that we want to consume, to own, to buy, whatever, it doesn't matter. And by doing that, we are individually judging the contributions to society that everybody involved in that process makes. So all these incredibly wealthy people, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, they deserve every dollar that they make. Every bit of it, everything. Because as a larger society, we have judged their contribution to be that large simply by buying their products. People are lining up. People are on waiting lists, me included, to buy Teslas. He has created, Elon Musk, a wonderful product. And, you know what? We are judging his contribution to society by our willingness to buy Teslas. We're judging Jeff Bezos' contribution to society by ordering from Amazon. We are judging, or have judged, really, Bill Gates' contribution to society by buying his software products. Not so much anymore, but I know George has passed on, but still, his contributions were incredible in the time that he was leading Microsoft. And he deserves every dollar that he gets from that, not just in salary, but in stock and everything. Because we, as a larger society, have said that it is that valuable by the thousands, millions, trillions, or billions, trillions of small decisions that we have made to patronize their businesses. So that is why, like I said, that's why they deserve all of it. Because we as a society have judged their work, their contribution to society to be worth that much. So when people start whining and complaining about CEO pay and all this stuff, their problem is not with the CEO. Their problem is with you and everybody else who buys their product, who has judged that they are worth what they make. So when they complain that CEOs are paid too much, they're actually passing judgment on you and everybody else, all of the consumers. Now, they're not smart enough to realize this, which is why they should not be making policy, but that's what they're doing. When they criticize, they're criticizing you. Because, the money that people earn is their representation of their contribution to society as judged by society. These are Icebreaker water bottles, and I want to point out that they appear to be the same model as the one I got in Atlantis, which I have raved about so much, and I never actually noticed them before. However, after receiving those two from Atlantis. I'm actually seeing them everywhere, and wondering why I never actually noticed it. Well, I know why, because I never actually picked one up to use it. So thank you, Atlantis, again, for providing those. I never would have known, but they are everywhere. So if you do want something like I got in Atlantis, best water bottle design I found, they are quite common. So come and get one of the icebreaker ones. They're quite nice. Quick question. Is it wrong to laugh at little kids who are afraid of the characters? No, it's not. It's freaking hilarious. Oh boy, Princess, I just realized I did not tell you about the rock shrimp. A very well prepared dish. I am glad I decided to push back against big ketchup, ditto heads will get that, and not get the special Heinz sauce, because I think that would have just detracted from the shrimp itself, because they were very well prepared, light, crispy, a very nice glaze, honey glaze I think it was, or something like that. Either way, it was very good on its own, so definitely did not need the sauce. I saw it. They're big packets of pre-prepared sauce, so yeah, I would say don't bother, or take it home and try it later with something else, fries or something like that. I don't know. So I'm glad I did not get it. Did thoroughly enjoy it. So yeah, I didn't want to continue without letting you know how that was. The weather delay is over, so maybe we will get our ride on Mako before we leave. Yes, I have seen trains go by. They're just not running right now because I really don't feel like waiting to get the shot. Before we go, I want to cover one last thing, and it has to do with money, the value of money, and contributions to society, and that is profit. You're going to hear a lot, unfortunately, about how profit is wrong, it is evil, it is exploitative, whatever. It's all wrong. They're all wrong, they're all stupid, they are all economically illiterate, they have no idea what they're talking about. Profit is good. Profit is something we should all work for. Profit is something that everybody should value. Why? Because profit is the efficiency that a person or a group of people add to the economy. And the drive for profit causes people or groups of people to attempt to, in most cases, lower the cost of production. Yes, the means of production that socialists constantly whine about. Well, yeah, the profit motivation motivates people to make those means of production as efficient and cost-effective and as inexpensive as possible. That reduces consumption at all levels throughout the supply chain and ultimately results in less cost for the consumer. That is us. All of that is part of the profit motive. It drives efficiency. And the profit, the money, in this case, that people keep because of profit, is their reward for an extra contribution to society, which is something that we all want. The ability to provide something for less than people are willing to pay for it is a good thing. The constant drive and motivation to consume fewer resources to produce that product, to increase profits, is a good thing. The fact that the profit motive drives lower consumption ultimately is a good thing. And when you realize, and I'm just telling you this right now so you don't have to realize it like I did, that profit, the efficiency that is built into a free economy, benefits everybody. So don't let them ever tell you that profit is bad. Yes, we want profit. We want companies and people to make the most profit possible, because that means they're producing things as efficiently as possible. They're consuming as few resources as possible. And society, all of us are rewarding them by voluntarily buying those products and consuming those services, because we get value from them. We are trading the value of our money, of our work, of our contribution to society for these products and services for less than it costs to produce them, and they are merely reaping the rewards. And that's good for everybody. So yeah, profit is good. The dance party has started over by Voyagers, but I do not anticipate staying for Electric Ocean this evening. Definitely will, one more time. I think next weekend, maybe the weekend after, is when they are switching over fully to Halo Scream. So I guess next weekend will be my last chance to see Electric Ocean. So that will be something definitely to put on the calendar, as well as something over at the Magic Kingdom, which I have yet to see finally. And well, the good thing about that is it's every night. So this week we will go and we will take care of that. I know I hate to say take care of it, but yeah, we will do that. To answer the burning question, yes, the Country Eggs Benedict from Debari Diner yesterday reheated very well this morning. All I did was put them in the toaster oven at about 300 for maybe 30 minutes, and that worked perfectly. Even the egg was not overcooked, heated nice and through, you know, low and slow, that kind of thing. I wasn't in a rush, so I timed it that way, and it worked out very, very well. And it was just as good today as it was yesterday. So really got a twofer for that. And you know what? I'm expecting the same thing for lunch tomorrow with the Cuban sandwich. There was no line for the photo op with Elmo and friends. Fortunately, Elmo was not present. It just happened to be two of my favorite characters, Cookie Monster and the Count. So here they are, if I can download them. Have had some problems with the app, so I don't know. Maybe this is all you'll see. And that's another super fun and delicious day here at SeaWorld Orlando. Had some great food, some tasty beers, and am looking forward to coming back to finish my lanyard. I think I have 5 punches left. There was a bit of confusion on one of the scans, so I might have an extra one. Oh boy. And while I am a little bit disappointed that I did not get the full pretzel-wrapped bratwurst experience because of the lack of mustard, hopefully they will have it next weekend so I can try it again. But it is, well, you know what? Trivia like that remind me why I am thankful for my problems.